It is the 10th of May, and we have a new development regarding the Conor Benn saga sent out to those from the British Boxing Board of Control General Secretary Robert Smith as follows. The British Boxing Board of Control refers to a statement published today by UK Anti-Doping as UKAD have stated the British Boxing Board of Control can confirm that Conor Benn is subject to a provisional suspension prohibiting him from participating in any capacity or assisting another athlete in any capacity in a competition, event, or activity that is organised, convened, authorised, or recognised by the British Boxing Board of Control or any other World Anti-Doping Code compliant sport. It goes further to say UKAD and the British Boxing Board of Control were successful in their respective appeals of a decision handed down by a tribunal of the Independent National Anti-Doping Panel in July 2023, and Mr. Benn's provisional suspension was reimposed by the appeal tribunal following those successful appeals. As Mr. Benn's case remains before the Independent National Anti-Doping Panel and the case will now progress in accordance with the UK anti-doping rules, the British Boxing Board of Control is not able to make any further public comment at this time. So a couple of little notes there in that statement from the British Boxing Board of Control. First of all, we have official confirmation that the appeal was successful from the UKAD and British Boxing Board of Control. Whilst at the time, 26th of March, earlier this year, there was no official confirmation regarding the result of the appeal. We can now clearly treat this statement from the British Boxing Board of Control as the official confirmation that the appeal was won by British Boxing Board of Control and UKAD, and therefore have now reimposed the suspension that was provisionally put on in the first place after the failed drugs test from Conor Benn. Going forward, if Conor Benn is to fight, it would likely to be abroad as he has fought beforehand. And also, when it comes to sparring, he is prohibited from sparring in the UK. The other thing to note here is that the case, as it says in the statement, will now progress in accordance with the UK anti-doping rules. Whilst the details of the case are scarce and it's unclear as to whether this is done beforehand, but from the details that we do know regarding the provisional suspension being put in place on Benn, then subsequently the case going to a hearing that was then removed, and now after the appeal reapplied, Conor Benn can, under the rules, challenge the imposition of a provisional suspension or, of course, voluntarily accept the provisional suspension. That's the next immediate step. Also, in the immediacy for Conor Benn, as stated by the British Boxing Board of Control, he is prohibited from sparring in the UK, and it's likely now going to, should another fight take place, will likely not happen in the UK, will be another abroad fight for Benn. Whilst this case does seem to have taken a step forward, it does still seem that there is a long way to go in terms of drawing out a conclusion regarding the Conor Benn failed test saga. Please keep tuned to Seconds Out for all the latest developments. We will get them to you as fast as we can, as soon as we get them, so make sure to keep tuned to Seconds Out.